Welcome to the show, everybody. How are you doing? Hope you've been having a wonderful week so far. Today is Thursday, and the Kyle Rittenhouse trial is almost coming to a close. I believe they finished their witness testimonies and evidence. Now they're moving into closing arguments and all that jazz. Nick Rakita predicted that it would be done sometime between Wednesday, yesterday, and tomorrow. But it seems like it's going to drag on into next week, so we will be watching it. And today with me, we are going to talk about it is, of course, Jeremy from TheQuartering. Welcome, Jeremy. How you doing?
I'm doing well. Thanks for having me.
Of course. It's good to see you again. Welcome back to the show. Last time you were here, we had there was some controversy.
It was a good time. I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, I had a blast that day. We had some whiskey. You made a lot of super chat money following later on.
Later. I was like, wait, I didn't get fucking paid.
Yeah, you did later.
I did later. Yeah.
Yes, you did later. So that's pretty funny. Anyway, so you've been paying attention to the Rittenhouse trial, I'm assuming. I mean, it's kind of on everyone's mind.
Not?
Yeah, right. Well, what's your general takeaway so far?
I think the most shocking thing for me is that I haven't been shocked by anything. It's basically playing out exactly like, there's no new information that I couldn't see on the videos.
Right.
To me, it was always a clear-cut case of self-defense. The other charges, and they try to sneak more in today too, slime balls, but the other charges, maybe, I don't know, they dropped the curfew one. Do they want to get technical and ding them with some of these? Like, fine, okay. But like, I don't know how you look at this and I think anything but self-defense, but I don't want to count my chickens before they're hatched. It's an absolute travesty he's even on trial, in my opinion. But
I agree. Well,
geez.
you're mentioning the videos, but I gotta ask: did you look in between the pixels, though? I mean, did you get?
What I did was I printed them out on a dot matrix printer here. Then I took a picture of it, and then I used the pinch and squeeze thing or whatever. Yeah,
right.
What an amazing! That last picture they tried to get in, I think they did get it in too. Can they still object to it, or is it done?
I think it's in. I think it's
ridiculous.
It doesn't actually show anything. That's the crazy part.
Well, my thing was when I saw it, I thought, okay, fine. If I'm in the jury, I'm like, what am I? I'm like, it's like an Among Us thing. Like, you can't even tell what it looks like. I personally think that jury made up their mind a long time ago. Like most juries do, by the way. People think these juries are like on the edge of their seat. No. This
could go either way.
Yeah, no. They made up their mind, and I'm not saying whether it's guilty or not guilty, but they made up their mind a long time ago.
Yeah, true.
Well,
what do you think that? What do you think that is?
AR-15.
AR-15.
AR-15. Yeah. So tell me, your weapon was bigger than his weapon. So why did you feel scared?
Yeah, he could have shot you way over there and didn't.
He didn't. Why do you think he didn't do that? Well, maybe
he didn't shoot you dead.
Yeah, that was I believe I'm not an aggressive person, but like I was like punch the wall mad. It's like, hey, first of all, it's really easy to basically break down what happened in a 20-second high intensity moment, where they were like going through the picture by picture. It's like, what were you thinking here? It's like, bro, this happened over 3 seconds.
Yes, exactly.
Like, you don't
after he already defended himself against Rosenbaum, right? He already killed somebody and he didn't want to, and he admitted, he's like, I just wanted him to stop coming at me.
Right.
It's like, how can you even think what is going through his mind? He's got adrenaline pumping. He's got people all around him. He's heard gunshots. He doesn't know what's coming after him.
He's a kid too. He's not a soldier.
Right.
Even soldiers.
Good point.
Yeah, and even soldiers will melt down when they have their first KIA, or whatever, not KIA, but like even the first they take down somebody else. That's something people carry with them for a very long time.
Yeah,
this kid's just a just a kid. He's 17 years old. I'm not saying that absolves him of anything, but I'm saying it's like when Littlefinger kept saying, well, what were you thinking here? And then he's like, moves it one frame forward. It's like, well, what were you thinking here? It's like, if you've ever been in a flight or fight scenario, which honestly, I've only been in one that I can remember, is when that guy assaulted me.
Mhm.
You know what was going through my head? Nothing. Like in that moment when the stuff hits the fan,
Yeah.
if there was stuff going through, I can't remember it now.
Yeah.
Like I'm just like, maybe like I got to get away from this guy, or I thought, what was, but like there's no calculations going on there unless you're trained for that. It's what's the famous everyone's got a plan until you punch him in the mouth? Is that Tyson or something? Like,
not sure. It's a good one though.
Yeah, but that's like the idea that the insanity that he would be able to now. By the way, a year later, we could say, "Oh yeah, this is what I was thinking."
Mhm.
Like, no, I don't think. I think there's a reason. Like the head prosecutor didn't take this case. And I
he knew they were going to lose.
Of course, it's a stinker. Like the laws in Wisconsin are pretty decent with, yeah, little binger. Yeah. The laws in Wisconsin in terms of self-defense are pretty, like, they're not Texas good or Kentucky good, but they're decent.
Now you live in Wisconsin, right?
Yeah.
Right. So you would know.
Yeah. So, it's, you don't want to be shooting anybody in the back, but outside, there's a lot of, benefit of the doubt to the person defending themselves. And
well, especially when someone points a gun at them
but what if yours is bigger?
Oh, well,
then you should just, it's like the state says that you can only defend yourself from beyond the grave. It's like,
that's what it seems like. Well, he didn't kill you, did he? Did he shoot you dead? No. See, thank you. I rest my case.
He came right up to saying that yesterday.
It's crazy.
Like, he's pointing right at your head. But he didn't fire. Oh, yes, right. He didn't. So I have to wait until he discharges on me before it's ludicrous.
Well, he tried to change it to almost make it seem like, well, you had the bigger gun, so wouldn't that make him fear for his life?
Right.
Well, actually, no, because the guy with the small gun, was chasing him down the street.
He was armed the entire time, and he was talking to him all night.
Exactly. It's like he was chasing Kyle Rittenhouse. So why would... And he knew Kyle Rittenhouse had the bigger gun.
He knew all night. He had multiple interactions with him. What this guy is like, literally fuck around and find out.
Yeah.
Like he thought he I don't know.
Sorry for the swears, people.
Oh, sorry.
That's okay.
I'll sorry. I'll
all good.
Going forward.
Mess
around and find out.
Yeah.
It's like I don't, to me, it's very difficult to understand why charges were ever even brought. You want to talk about curfew?
Yep.
Fine. You want to talk about, I don't know, discharging a weapon in an air? I don't know. Any of these other non-prison terms?
Right. Exactly.
Okay, we can have that conversation, but the idea that they think this is homicide and that golly, I don't know how you look at that video. It's like, why would the prosecution even want to show the video? That's all you need.
Exactly.
What do you like? You could have just texted the video to everybody in the jury and been like, "All right, what do you think?"
See, well, you got to look in between the pixels, though. I think that's the case that they were looking at today.
Can you imagine
if you look in between,
the judge is 1,000 years old, and they're like, "It's using an algorithm to replace." Yeah, right. Like that guy, he's just. First of all, I get it that it's like a loophole for lawyers.
True.
I mean, not a loophole, but it's, look, I was fine to have them not allow the pensions, whatever they call it,
Yeah.
But like, that's not really altering the image. Now, if you cut context out by doing that, right? Like suddenly Gage is out of the picture and now you just have Kyle, whatever the case is. Yeah, then I could see that. So I could see how it gets messy. it was a weird exchange. 3 people who clearly didn't understand digital photography or algorithms or anything.
Why that person was on the stand at all,
He was
I
bad.
don't know. It doesn't make any sense. Really, they were trying to show that Kyle was pointing his gun at Rosenbaum before like the interaction. The video or the clip, the still image, whatever they were trying to show, didn't really show that. And that's really the key. Like if you zoom in on it, you're almost like,
it makes it worse.
if you look closely, you'll see it. No, you don't see it. Look closer and you'll see it. It's like they were trying to instill it into the jury's mind that it existed. You know, look, see, you'll see it. It's like, I don't see it.
Yeah, it's like one of those dot pictures where you just stare at it long enough and it reveals itself.
Exactly.
It was a really interesting turn of events. It's been compelling. I still admit I have this sick feeling in my stomach, though. Like,
oh yeah, they're going to convict him anyway.
Where they're going to convict him anyway. Yeah, and it's just
ridiculous.
Like, you know, when you have these cases that are hyper politicized, like the one we had in Minneapolis, like I will, and I don't want to dredge all that up, but like what that officer did was messed up and probably deserves some, but he didn't. It wasn't like a premeditated thing. Like,
agreed.
I don't think he ever, like if you wanted to do what, like involuntary manslaughter or something like that, I'd actually hear that stuff. But I feel like he never got a fair chance, and that he was going to get the book no matter what. And
I agree.
That's how it played out, and that's what I worry about. Now Kyle's a lot different.
Yeah, it is.
But I'm just so nervous.
But
luckily,
not different in the way that they want to make an example out of him.
Totally.
Just like they did with Chauvin. That's the same. They really need to do that.
What I like, or what helps, is that it is in Wisconsin, where you know people here are a little more like, you know,
level-headed.
Yeah, I mean, like, well, we're not afraid of repeatedly saying AR-15 isn't scaring that jury. He thinks it is, but it's not. You know, like, we know our weapons here. We know, you know what I mean? Like, this whole thing, we're like, well, how far did you practice target? How far did you target? What difference does it make?
Yeah.
Any hunter will go to their maximum distance. So like, if anybody on that jury has ever hunted, it's like, so what if you target practice at 100 yards? So
right. Like
it doesn't, it's irrelevant. Now, I don't know anything about the jury. If they're a bunch of old blue hairs, that's concerning, but I doubt it. You know, I doubt that they found a bunch of like lunatics,
they see blue hair. That's like, all right, you're biased.
Yeah, right. I'm pretty sure that they cut them out.
They're synonymous. If you have blue hair,
there are exceptions. I actually got an angry email from a viewer once.
Like, and I've got blue hair and I'm conservative. Like, okay.
Well, one of my friends is
it exists.
Yeah, he's in the service too, and he had his hair dyed blue, and he would always kind of be like, "Come on, man." And I was like, "Dude, you know, it'd be even easier than complaining about it. Just not dyeing your hair blue." You know, like it just. If you're worried about it, that's a total choice. This isn't somebody judging you by their skin color. You're volunteering. If you
got blue hair, you have to know people are going to make fun of you.
Yeah, and that's okay. If you want, yeah. I remember I had frosted tips once when I was in like middle school. I mean,
wow. You probably still do. Admit it. They're frosted under there. That's
frosted.
Why you wear hats.
It's all tip now, though. There's no shaft. It's a real bizarre looking.
It's growing out a little, you know.
Yeah, well, thinning out a little bit.
Look at this though. That you mentioned the judge, and Rakita posted this. He said, "Imagine being mad that a judge actually consistently applies the rules and does so fairly." They are so angry at this judge. They're so angry, and this is what he really is applying the rules evenly. He's
been pretty fair, I think.
I think he's been pretty fair. You know, okay, he's old. He's an old dude, but
good.
Yeah, good. I agree.
I mean, and honestly, even yesterday when his phone goes off and it's like proud to be an American or whatever, so I was like, oh no,
they're gonna hate it.
I was hoping it would be like WAP or something like that. Like
that would be pretty funny.
It would have been more hilarious if
internet.
It was.
I mean, have you not made that edit yet? Internet?
I really should have. Yeah, somebody should have. If
get on Laffy, man, dude. But let me just say real quick, Laffy is hilarious and does incredible work for you. I had the pleasure to meet him on Friday Night Tights. Or
okay.
was it Yellow Flash? No, I think it was Yellow Flash. Anyway, he's hilarious and does great work for you.
Yeah, somebody's got to get somebody's got to get that going. And again, like, what did that prove? He's 75 years. I mean, he remembers, like, he still has records that he bought in the 30s.
Yeah.
Well, not really, but I mean, like,
he could.
Yeah.
Or that his dad maybe bought.
Yeah, he has a buffalo nickel. And he like
I've got a few of those.
I do too. Yeah,
but he used them.
I never exchanged them for 5 cents worth of goods.
Yeah.
But it's so you knew that was going to happen. And then so it's like everyone jumps on that, like, oh, see, he's a patriot. See,
he must be racist. He must be racist.
Yeah, it was really it was hilarious when it happened. I didn't know it was the judge because I think the camera was like whatever live stream I was watching or whatever. But like he's been pretty in today with the Asian food.
Oh yeah, what happened with that? I must have missed that part.
So it was a candid moment where like he had sent the jury out, I think, to yell at the prosecutor again, if I remember correctly.
Again.
But then he goes they're basically asking when's lunch because it was like 12:40 or something, or 12:20 or something. Usually they break around noon. And he's like, well, I don't know when the Asian food's getting here. Hopefully it's not on one of those shipping containers out and whatever. But like, of course it's a joke about the supply chain, not about Asian people. Yeah. And then like freaking Trisha Takanawa from CNN tweets it out. No, and here's this thing that if you people who are watching, if you start looking for it, what people will do on CNN or like leftists will do, and probably people on the right too, they tweeted out his quote. I need to find it. They tweeted out his quote with no context, but the implication was that it was racist. Because if you look,
I love Asian food, for the record. I love Asian food.
Is that not the appropriate term? Well, I don't even.
Well, is Chinese food racist? Like, it's not even real. Like, Chinese food is actually Americanized. It's not actually even
real Chinese food. Yeah,
right. That's so like real Asian food is really good. It's really delicious.
And he wasn't saying like hold the dog. He just said the Asian food's coming.
That might have been a little bad.
Well, yeah, if he had said that, but like, so I put the tweet in the chat if you want to bring it up.
Okay, hold on.
But like this is what I mean. Like, she writes it. Hashtag RittenHouse. Judge Bruce Schroeder breaks for lunch, referencing the food that was ordered as, I hope the Asian food isn't coming. He did say is, that's a typo, isn't on one of those boats from Long Beach Harbor. And there's like a ton of people in here like, this is absolutely a mistrial. This is what this guy, look at this David Jet. Scroll down, look at this prosecutor has to go to appellate court now before there's a verdict. 1.7 thousand likes think because he said Asian food, there should be a mistrial.
Why?
What? And by the way, no Asians involved in the trial anyway.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense.
The one of the most hilarious.
Kyle Rittenhouse is guilty is still trending here.
Yeah, it popped up for me again too. Yeah, well, Twitter wants. It doesn't matter. Twitter wasn't right about the 2016 election either, and like,
good point. And it's not a real place.
It's not.
We got to remember that.
Yeah, it's what are the actual maybe chat notes, but it's like the real demo of Twitter is like rich white women. That's like that's who use it. They're not like, it's such a tiny group of America, and like they don't really represent. I mean, if they did, then AOC would be president. Like that. I mean,
I hope not. Goodness sake, can you imagine?
She'd never get anything done ever. And that's
true.
Especially
has she gotten anything done?
No,
I don't think she has yet.
She's got something on the Didn't they? She rebrand her cow farts thing, and then like try to. But and now the Democrats are getting crushed. Like the Republicans are just using AOC and like as a bat and being like, oh, look at Virginia. That's why they lost.
It's true.
So anyway, yeah.
Well, they blame white supremacy for that. not AOC.
Well, just like that clown Jimmy Kimmel. Do you see that?
Oh God,
Kamala Harris is legendarily low approval ratings aren't because she's terrible, but because racism. He said that.
And sexism.
We voted for Barack Obama.
No, it doesn't matter. And then he says she practically has no job anyway. How can she have what? You think the vice president does nothing? That's what he thinks.
Yeah, he thinks that the vice president just sits in like a padded room and just in case something happens. Well, that's probably the perception you would have if you watched what Kamala Harris does. Right. Imagine a world where I'm like, hey, Adam, you're chief lemonade officer, and this stands right down there. I just need you to manage that. And then 8 months later, you still haven't walked down the driveway to look at the lemonade stand.
My approval rating would probably dip in the lemonade.
I'm guessing
fanatics.
The lemonade community would probably be mad.
Yeah.
And they just, I don't understand it. It's like, what do you mean? Nobody, by the way, nobody liked her before.
This is true. Nobody liked her.
She got destroyed in the primaries. Nobody liked her then. The only reason, we all know the only reason she's on the ticket. That's what I'm going to say.
Well, Biden said it.
I'm not going to go.
I'll
further
go there.
than that.
Hold on. I'll say it. Biden actually came out and said it. He's like, well, I'm going to choose a woman of color to be my vice president because that's what we need to be there. Yeah, votes and you know. Well, forget meritocracy. I don't want the best person for the job. I just want to pick a black woman a woman of color. And then, of course, it happened to be Kamala Harris, who, funny enough, Biden was probably the one who hated her the most during the primary.
She called him racist
and said she believed Tara Reid.
Yeah, right.
So it's like, so wait, you're going to work with this racist who sexually assaulted somebody. Yeah, she's fine. Yeah. She doesn't care. She's like, yeah, whatever. I'm down. I just want the power.
She never cared in the first place. That's the hilarity of it all, is that she never cared in the first place.
Never did.
She knew, and then it's so sick to me how like all the bums that made it to like the primaries, they all just got handed like jobs that they were grossly unqualified for. Pete Buttigieg. Oh, transportation secretary. Why not?
Yeah. Like, all right. Now I'm going to go on vacation for 6 months.
Yeah. Now I'm going to go buy a baby.
6 months of my job.
Work. Yeah. Like, I have no problem with him purchasing a child, but I do have a problem with him getting a job. Like, it's like, it'd be like interviewing somebody who's 8 months pregnant. Sorry, you're not getting the job.
Right.
Like, come back.
Why would I hire you right now? You're about to have a baby and be gone for, it just doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. It's just,
what makes him qualified anyway to do that job? You know, he's coming out and saying that roads and bridges are racist, and there's overpasses that were built to prevent buses to bring people of color to the beach.
1,000 years ago, one racist built a low bridge to keep blacks off a beach, and suddenly all the roads are racist. That's essentially what I got from it.
As Shoe on Head came out and did a video, or she did like a voice Twitter post.
Oh, okay.
She's like, I can't believe I have to defend Buttigieg, but I live in Long Island and I see these low bridges and it's definitely racist. And I'm like, just because they exist. Do you realize how old that area was? It was built before cars.
Right.
Those bridges were there for horses. People would ride under with horses, not buses. How is it racist?
Yeah,
anyone could ride a horse.
Anybody could walk.
Anyone could walk under a bridge.
Yeah. All right. The bus can't make it under this bridge. Okay, take me to the bridge. Put a bus stop there, and then I'll walk the rest of the way. No, I'm not saying like. I mean, again, these are, it's very typical of, everybody really, but it's you take one example. Let's say everything they say is true, that somebody was deeply racist and they built these bridges like, keep the blacks out.
We both have something here.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yes, indeed.
Okay, so that happened once, and that's wrong.
100 years ago.
Yeah, 150.
Back when it was when segregation was normal. For some reason, they want to bring that back. But
the same people are lose their mind over H.P. Lovecraft being racist 200 years ago.
When we have the most racist president of all of American history sitting in the Oval Office right now.
Yeah, undisputed.
Undisputed.
He's undisputed racist champion of all presidents. For number 46, forever and always, the most popular president in the U.S. world history, forever.
Does that make all the people that love him racist? I'm sorry. I mean, you guys,
you voted for a racist.
That's their rules.
Yeah,
according to their rules, they're racist.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't make the rules. I mean, they said that.
Did you hear his gaffe today? Or I don't know, racist.
He was a good Negro.
He said that.
A good Negro.
I just have to say, this is literally what Biden said, and it's on YouTube. There's a video of it, and it's still up. It's on the White House. I actually have it right here. I'm going to play it for you guys.
That's great.
Okay,
everyone should experience it.
This is. I just listen to for yourself. All right, listen to this.
Watch the sign language for Negro too. That's always good. Yeah.
Hold on, I can't hear it.
No audio.
No audio. Oh, let me start it over. Hold on. I think I have to get rid of it and reshare because I don't know if I StreamYard is funny. All right, but this is the same story. He keeps going with this too. Just for those who haven't seen this,
this is the corn pop guy.
This is the story that he told when he called the Pope. He's like, "You're an African-American baseball player." And everyone's like, "What are you talking about?" And the Pope's like, "What is he talking about?"
Yeah.
Anyway, all right, here it is. No audio again. What?
It's muted on the top.
Tell you.
There you go.
I know you're a little younger than I am.
Everyone is.
I've adopted the attitude of the great Negro at the time pitcher in the Negro Leagues, went on to become a great pitcher in the pros, into the Major League Baseball after Jackie Robinson. His name was Satchel Paige. And Satchel Paige, on his 47th birthday.
He was pretty, let me just translate that. He's pretty good for a black guy.
Oof. Well, he's trying to say his age. And that's actually his point when he was talking to the Pope. He's like, well, we're both old, but we're strapping young men at heart still. And it's like,
oh, yeah.
No, Biden, you're old. You are stumbling through every single thing you do. Literally everything he does, he's slowly having to get through it. And it's so bad.
Yeah, I'll give him look, either he's demented or he's not. So,
right.
In my opinion, he misspoke. But he was going to say Negro League, and then he was like, "Oh, I'm going to say Negro," and that came out of his mouth. I think
oh snaps! That's behind closed doors speak.
Yeah, right. Darkies. It was. I mean, yes, there was a Negro League then. It wasn't like he was making that up,
right?
But all the things. And maybe I probably am just in a bubble, but is there let's just compare him to Trump, even Obama, who rarely had gaffes.
Right.
This dude's been president for a year and he's had innumerable gaffes when he's talking.
Yep.
Trump never, he may have been riding the Adderall train. I don't care. The dude never was I'm trying to think what was the biggest Trump gaffe. Sure he had some, but
Kofifi, I don't know.
Typos. I'm talking just when he's talking.
Right.
He never had anything like that.
Well,
he was sharp.
Dude, gaffes is one thing, right? Everyone can gaff. I've gaffed, you've gaffed. We're live, whatever. It's going to happen. And, he's sitting on a world stage. He's going to gaff. What I have problems with is the years of plagiarism. He lied and lied and lied multiple times in his life. Earlier on in his Senate career, he admitted that he was corrupt. Well, he said someone was asking him about corrupt politicians and what we do about it. And his response was, how do you know I'm not corrupt? That's right. How he responded. And it's that was at the beginning of his career.
Yeah.
And you don't think he's gotten more corrupt throughout the years? Look at his son. Look at what's going on with all of that the media is covering up for him. Like, this man is racist. The countless different racist things, the grooming, the touching children, like all the things about Joe Biden.
The diary.
The diary. Oh my gosh. There's so many things about this guy that, and as you brought up, like, well, what if it was Trump? If Trump had said this?
If Trump had sent the FBI to a reporter's house to raid it because they got a hold of some story.
Right.
That's fascism. Like,
yes,
are you kidding me?
That is fascism.
And
absolutely.
People are like, oh, it's Project Veritas, so they don't have constitutional.
Well, they're the fascists, so
right, yeah,
it's justified.
It's so crazy to me that story, by the way, just came and went.
Exactly.
Nobody said. I mean, it was like, oh, FBI raids house of whatever. No, why did they raid it?
Right,
because there was a diary full of potentially damaging statements about the president.
Right, which has been authenticated as well. National File did some work on it, and it's been authenticated. It's hers.
How did he get that? Is there any like? Must have been like an old.
No idea.
The White House garage sale.
But it doesn't matter. Project Veritas didn't want to even bring it out. They were trying to give it back to the authorities. So the real question is, who sent the FBI? Who was telling the FBI to go get that, go raid their stuff and get all that information? Why were they doing that, and who sent them? It's Biden's DOJ, isn't it not?
Well, it's the same thing with the parents, right? Parents showing up calling parents terrorists. Yeah, like
domestic terrorists. Yeah.
Because why? Because they're worried about what their kids are getting taught. Like, it's amazing how hyper partisan people are, and just how much they're willing to turn a blind eye to because it's not their guy or because it is their guy. It's actually really sad.
Yep. I mean, I just want to let everyone know, if I did find Trump doing some illegal stuff, I would have been critical about that. Mm-hmm. I would have been on that and been like, I didn't like the fact that he was bringing back a lot of the environmental protections. Granted, I understood why he was doing it, so that we could become energy independent and also control the regulations on drilling in our country instead of going somewhere else where there was no regulations. People don't like to equate that, But so as I said, I understood. But as far as like illegal stuff, I did a deep dive on his life. I know about his bankruptcies. I know about how he cheated on his wife. I didn't like that about him. I called him out on that. I thought that was terrible. But I don't know his situation or the relationship they had. I know that happened, and his wife was really bummed about it. This is back in the 80s. So like, I'm not revering
every president ever has cheated on their wife.
Exactly. Right. I mean, okay. People.
I don't think that.
Clinton's in the clear.
Yeah, right. Right. I mean, Kennedy, didn't they used to sneak Marilyn Monroe in under the tunnels of the White? I mean, like, I don't know. Maybe I know that people, for example, people who are maybe more religious or family oriented would be more offended by that. And I'm not saying they're wrong. I'm just saying my perspective is, I don't care if Donald Trump is cheating on his wife every night and snorting lines of Adderall to get through the day, as long as he's crushing it for this country.
And he was. That's for sure.
I don't care. Like, and the idea that like, oh my goodness, I remember when there was a big like, oh, Trump's taking Adderall. You mean like 60% of the kids in this country?
Right?
Like, are we really? Yeah. I mean, even if he was, who cares? And like, you don't think presidents were handling lines of blow all day long?
You don't think Biden's getting something shoved up his in his veins every day?
He's getting something. They all are. So like, for me, all that stuff, like, that I don't think that makes them a good human, and I wish they wouldn't be, or I wish they would be good humans. Right. But like, I don't. Oh no, a business paid the least amount of taxes as they could. Hello, like,
wouldn't you want to pay the least amount of taxes that you could?
Start the line. Yeah, start the line, and people want to pay more taxes. Okay, like,
go ahead. You could be first.
Yeah, you go in there, you volunteer. By the way, there's a link to the IRS where you could just give them money. Like, you can.
What?
Yeah, you don't have to owe taxes. You can pay in voluntarily more. Like Hassan, he's a big socialist. He's buying $1 million houses. Why doesn't he just give extra money that he wants 80% tax on millionaires? Why doesn't he
Socialist.
just do it? You know, like it's
Well,
he's selling
well on his way,
$75 t-shirts. I mean, that's socialist as it gets.
Doesn't he make 200,000 a month or something? Is he
Yeah,
not a
enormous
millionaire
amount
yet?
of money. He's a multimillionaire.
Dude,
He
get
sells
out of here.
$75 t-shirts.
It's insane.
So like, you know, I'm just saying, like, you know, I don't care. Maybe there must be a group of people that care about, like, when people like the Trump taxes thing went on for what, a month?
Right.
And I was like, I don't care.
Yeah,
I don't care. Like,
no one did.
No one cared.
I don't
no
think
one
they did.
No one that voted for him cared. Only, like, even the whole grab him by the stuff, nobody cared. Oh no, Donald Trump's a sleazeball. Shocking. Like,
all humans are sleazeballs.
Yeah, like
everybody's had that conversation with somebody in their life.
Some guy, yeah,
or
private,
thought those thoughts. Don't
Yeah.
even stop. Don't front with me.
I mean, a private conversation with somebody, where dudes do what dudes do, and they're like, yeah, you know, like, it's the same way that we talk about our wives when they're not in the room. Like, but there's that one of the Key and Peele sketches, which is hilarious, where like the woman's bossing him around, and like he's with his other friend. He's like, yeah, and I told her, I said, and he was like whispering, like he was trying to act all tough to his other friend. Like, that's how men are. Like, it's just, you know, whatever. Right. I told that woman to get back in the kitchen and make me a steak. Nah, you didn't.
Nah, you didn't.
Nah, you didn't do that.
Exactly. Right. Like, Trump didn't actually go out and grab someone.
No, he never did that. Right.
No.
Yeah, he just said it because he's a sleazeball, and we all, you know. So yeah, it was.
We all are. Admit it.
We all have our moments, and it was a hilarious thing to witness.
So let's talk about this YouTube thing, this YouTube dislike button. For those who don't know, YouTube has now come out with a statement. Actually, I have it right here, saying that they're going to change it up a little bit. And it's an experiment.
Thank God.
They don't know, but it's an update to dislikes on YouTube. The dislike count will be private across YouTube, and the dislike button will remain. So we could still dislike things.
You could smash it with like in futility.
And what will it do? Absolutely nothing.
Funny thing, one of the funniest parts about it is how they claim that, like, oh, dislike brigading is like you know, it can hurt videos algorithmically. No, if only you were the people, if only you had control over the algorithm.
It's your algorithm, YouTube.
Yeah, like, are you kidding me?
So
like,
don't
negatively impact videos for that then.
Right.
Like, it was never about that.
I think this is absolutely hilarious because it's not for, they're saying, and they say it here, they're trying to protect accounts, small accounts, whatever. And it's like, no. You are trying to protect the White House, your own videos, Kathleen Kennedy videos, Star Wars stuff. I've got a few examples. Even today, that video of Biden being racist is totally ratioed.
Well, and here's the thing. Do you know what small creators what small creators don't get? Views. So how many dislikes are they getting? So
good point.
I mean, are you mean to tell me I guarantee it's one of the things, like,
let it out, man.
You go interview 1,000 creators who are like committed to the cause, right? You have like 5,000 subs. You're making, you know, daily videos or weekly videos. You ask them, what's more important to you? Dislikes, or I don't know, I'm just picking some off the top of my head. Being able to show up in the search results. Like, you know, maybe. Or you ask another, hey, what's more important to you? Dislikes, getting a few dislikes from people that made fun of you, or, you know, your subscribers getting notified when you publish a new video.
Boom.
You know, like, YouTube always does this. There's innumerable things that YouTubers care about that they just ignore. Like, who the heck was asking for this?
Nobody.
Not a YouTuber. No YouTubers were.
The Biden administration.
Coca-Cola, you know, Gillette. No YouTuber was asking for this.
Oh, you know what? I got a word. Corporations. That's really what it is.
Yeah.
Right?
This is about Disney getting embarrassed on their YouTube channel for months after they fired Gina Carano. This is about every corporation that puts out some woke anti-male garbage getting completely destroyed. Remember the pink tax Burger King commercial? They took that off. They unlisted the video on YouTube because it was that embarrassing.
Did they really?
Yeah, because it had like 200,000 dislikes. Like, it's what the removing this is when we discovered that like the Matrix, we're in the Matrix. When they're like, oh no, we have control over everything, and then they're like, oh wait, the people realize that this is actually garbage and they're disliking it. We can't have that. And by the way, also, when you have a situation where dislikes are people might say, well, people can already by the way, this might shock you. You can already disable likes and dislikes on your channel. You have been able to for 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
But the reason this is important,
that's giving the trolls a win, though. They're like, haha, we win.
Right. Exactly. That's why this had to come from Papa Susan.
Exactly.
Because Star Wars knew if they disabled it, then everyone would roast them. So
well, they did.
Yeah, right. And they did, right, on that video.
Yeah.
So like they needed YouTube to come up with this policy.
Mm-hmm.
There are a couple burnout loser YouTubers that maybe, are still maybe like maybe Mundane Matt out there is like, oh, I keep getting 300 dislikes on my videos and it's really ruining my day. Like every video I upload gets like 100 dislikes automatically. They're like super fans, I call them.
Yeah.
And like, guess what? Don't care.
Hey,
like,
when you have haters, that means you're doing something right.
Yeah, I'm not sweating.
Period. I know. That's how it should be. You're on the internet. You're a content creator. You will have haters. You can't stop them. Period.
Yeah. Well, then, it really, the whole this is for small creators thing completely falls apart when you're like, hey, you can disable it yourself. There are a lot of I remember Total Biscuit a long time ago disabled his own comment section because I don't remember if he was it was something about people arguing in the comments or people being toxic or something. But anyway, that was a big deal, rest his soul. I'm not like shitting on him. Sorry, I'm not dumping on him for it.
Thanks.
But I mean, like at the time, it was like, whoa, this is a big creator and he's disabling his comments. So it, you can, there's already a tool in place. That's why it was really, really bizarre.
Let's read some of this, this here. It says at YouTube, we strive to be a place where creators can find, and share their voice to ensure that YouTube promotes respectful interactions between viewers and creators. We introduced several features and policies to improve their experience. And earlier this year, we experimented with the dislike button to see whether or not changes could help better protect our creators from harassment. And
never saw it, by the way. Never saw it. So I don't know who they were testing it on.
Right. I didn't either. It wasn't me. Or maybe it was and I didn't know.
Your comment section, you would have known because everyone would have said like, dude, they removed your dislike button.
Oh yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, my chat would have probably let me know. And then they continue. It says and reduce dislike attacks where people work to drive up the number of dislikes on creators' videos. Oh, okay. So where did we see this though? Was it on small creators? No, because they weren't getting views. It was not. It's people that were bombing videos that sucked. Guess what? People didn't like the videos and they were sharing the video. Look how crappy this video is. And people are going, yeah, that's crappy. Boom, dislike.
There was an era of YouTube in 2015-14, the Leafy era, where he would roast a small creator and they would get destroyed.
Okay.
And I didn't like Leafy's content for that reason either. Okay. Like it was borderline bullying. Like, and like I mean I don't care.
But he had a big platform, though. He had a big platform.
Million subs plus.
Million plus subs.
Yeah.
And so he also is giving these people a big, huge spotlight on him, too. So it's kind of like you can see it as hate, but also, I mean, I haven't heard of this person.
Well, there were people that turned it around. And like, I remember Billy BK, the fat swordsman. he made fun of him, and he like made a video like saying like, hey, it's okay that you hate me, basically, or whatever. And like it was pretty based. And like,
Yeah.
so you can flip the script, so to speak, and get a couple thousand subscribers or whatever. But
Nice.
but that era of YouTube is gone. Like YouTube has told me directly that I'm not allowed to make videos about smaller creators. Like
Wow.
that has been the rule for at least 2 years now.
What about
and
bigger creators?
I can punch up, but I'm not allowed to make videos roasting the opinion. It's very dangerous, I'll say.
Yeah.
They didn't outright say I can't, but I basically said out loud, like, okay, if I'm reading between the lines, there's no like, and they're like, yeah, basically like, don't, because you can't control what your viewers do, and if they get a bunch of people are gonna go there. Like, no matter how many times I tell people, hey, don't go interact with this person, there's always people that do, and it's a thing. So I'm sorry, that was a real segue or aside, but
that's okay. No, this is what it was built on, though. YouTube has been around for a long time. I'm still relatively new in the YouTube realm, and I know a lot of people like yourself have a lot more experience with the past 5-10 years. Like you said, that was 5 years ago, but YouTube has had issues with this kind of thing before. So my perspective is this is all because of these corporations that are getting bombarded, and the White House, and I mean, literally every video that they put out gets ratioed, and no comments are allowed.
Most popular president in history.
Right. My ass. Every single Star Wars video that comes out on the Star Wars page is like a 50-50 now.
Unless
it's almost
it's a trailer. Even. If it's a trailer for a new show, they buy likes.
Well, Mandalorian videos, there's a few that were like, because I like the Mandalorian. Did you like the Mandalorian? I thought it was
great.
Good.
Yeah.
Like before they fired
8 out of 10.
Gina, and now I'm not interested anymore. But
the thing about for me too is what stunk is like, it's not like Gina made the show. The entire cast made the show.
Yeah.
But then how they played her, I was like, oh, I'm out. You know what I mean? It's like, I just can't enjoy it the same way.
Badass woman that could go toe to toe with the main character. It's like, she's awesome. Like, what?
Yeah. Look at this. Non-Mary Sue character. I don't know if people were calling her that. I don't think they were.
No.
And excellent hugger, by the way. But also,
totally not jealous.
It was for a while there. Basically, after the firing, they were rolling out that other New Republic, I think it's called, with that orange-haired lady, and she was just getting destroyed like every week. Was the Gina Carano quote, and then the Fire Kathleen Kennedy hashtag. Like they couldn't stop it. So no. I mean, that's what I said earlier. So the Daily Wire interviewed me about it too, and I said, the reason that it goes, so like I have a rep at YouTube. They separate, they separate channels based on political leanings. So there is a conservative rep and a liberal rep.
YouTube, at the company.
Yeah, my rep is a former Trump administration person.
Okay.
And so when I complain, that's who sees it. So what I tell people is, you don't think somebody in Joe Biden's camp said something to, you know what I mean? Like that there's no, of course YouTube knew that it was a problem for the White House. Of course.
Definitely.
And like, was that the one? No, but like you said, it's Coca-Cola put out that ridiculous drink a Coca-Cola and you'll be a better gamer ad like last week. It had tons of dislikes. It's always the corporations that are getting memed by far and away. It's not like you said, it's not like there's this Johnny Knitting channel with 200 subs that are getting dislike bombed. That doesn't happen anymore
because people hate knitting now. It's like,
right, but
no,
the culture of YouTube is different now. Like you don't, that content that would be exposing smaller channels like doesn't exist anymore. Like large, why do you think like, content like Drama Alert, like it's dead. H3H3. The guy keeps making videos on me. Like, dude, really? Like that content, there's no demand for it anymore on YouTube because they effectively got rid of anybody who was good at making it and made the penalty so stiff that it's just doesn't worth it. It's not worth it.
Yeah. Well, I think this is just gonna make people like YouTube even less. I mean, it feels like YouTube is losing its luster anyway. A lot of people are moving to different platforms. Are you on other platforms? I know you're on Rumble, right?
I'm on Rumble. I don't upload enough there because it's annoying because it doesn't have because I have to upload separately. But otherwise, my content's mirrored to BitChute and Odyssey. They're growing. I mean, it's not uncommon now on BitChute, which feels like it's lost a bit of steam.
Yeah,
but it's not uncommon for me to get like 20,000 views on a video there.
Good. That's good.
That's super good for like
for a new platform. Yeah.
Yeah. And like Odyssey, they had their problems with the SEC now, which is kind of a nuisance, but like,
because of their coins.
Yeah,
right.
They're tied to their coin, and the government doesn't understand it. Yeah, like I upload a video that I just happened to look. Chaos at Facebook. It's got 20,000 views.
Nice.
There's my average isn't like that, but I have a lot of videos. My average is like 2,000 to 5,000, depends on the topic. BitChute is obviously more right leaning. So when I'm talking about Kyle, for example, those movies do good. Videos do good. I'm talking about like Marvel movies. It's not that, so 2,000 to 4,000. That's legit for like a site that's, it's gonna help these other sites as long as they can be around, which is a problem that's the bigger problem,
right.
Odyssey. I don't know.
I like Odyssey.
I love it. Love it.
Right. It reminds me of, there was a super chat yesterday. I don't recall what it was, but I had Quarter Black Garrett on my show, and we started talking about where humanity is with the internet. And I think this whole dislike thing is a way of the corporations, the people that are wanting to maintain control of what information is presented to people, whoever you think that may be. It doesn't matter, because what the people are doing are banding together and going, yeah, we don't like that, and this is a visual representation of our distaste for this thing on the internet, right? Because we're like a hive mind now, because we are all connected with the internet. The internet is an incredible thing that we're still processing, right? So this is the powers that be that are like, man, we really need to like get rid of this ability for them to like band up and
rise up against it,
rise up and hate this thing that we're putting out there. Now there's no comments, so we can't comment and say this is terrible. I mean, we can make videos, we can talk about it somewhere else, but on the actual source, now all you could see is the likes. You can't see the dislikes, you can't see the comments. So that's it. That's all you do, is you see a number, and that can be artificial as well.
They won't show the likes for a while. Those will be the next to fall, because you'll still be able to like determine if it's a ratio or not. If a video has 100,000 views and it has 40 likes,
right?
It's, you know what I mean? Like,
well, they can buy likes.
What's that?
They can buy likes.
Yes, absolutely. And like, which is exactly what I believe that happens with like Hollywood movies and stuff like that. Because like, dude, it's in like, if you go to the Marvel YouTube channel, it's dead. It's got like 12 million subscribers, and sometimes they have videos that don't even have 1,000 views.
Wow.
Suddenly they roll out like an Iron Man trailer, and it gets like 5 million views and has hundreds of thousands of likes within like the first hour. Like it seems suspicious.
Money. They got the money to.
It costs nothing.
Do a campaign to like this 100,000 times, or share it or whatever, and all that stuff. Yeah, it's all about having that money to manipulate it, or to manipulate us. Really, I think is the core of it all.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. All right. Well, I think we got that. I just want to. It is Veterans Day today. I did last year. last year I did a lot of what is today's based on, and I actually did Veterans Day. I don't want to do a long segment. I just want to say thank you to anyone out there who is a veteran. I support my veterans. I thank every single veteran I come across. If you served, thank you very much. I do appreciate you. People don't respect that enough to know what sacrifice that people are giving to this country and to me as an American. I really do appreciate all the veterans out there. For those who don't know, 22 veterans a day commit suicide, and it's between 20 and 22, which is a terrible shame. And we were kind of talking about it earlier, like with what Kyle, as a child, he was 17 when he shot and killed somebody, right? And he didn't want to. He obviously didn't want to. Well, it's not. I don't believe anyone wants to kill. I mean, sure, there's people out there that might be those.
Yeah.
Few and far between, whatever. I'm not talking about them, but there are veterans that are actually put in situations where they have to, and they're doing that for me, for you, for this country, and I appreciate each and every one of them. So if you could support 22 Until None, I actually have their website. I just want to give them a little shout out, because any help that I can, any light I could shine on this, it's 22untilnone.org, and it's ending veteran suicide one step at a time. Definitely go help. I have a lot of veterans in my own family. My brother just ended his term. I don't know what it would be called with the Marines. Really proud of my brother. My uncle served in Vietnam, and I just want to say thanks. Really, it really sums it up. I don't need to get into Veterans Day or anything. I just want to give thanks to anyone out there that is veteran. Thank you very much.
Yeah, you're here.
So let's get into some super chats. Before I do, please go follow TheQuartering. I know he's got a slightly bigger channel than mine, but he's absolutely fantastic. You were the first person to reach out to me after I was fired from the Timcast show. You brought me on. You asked absolutely nothing about it, which was really cool. You were just like, "Hey, man, I want to support you," and I really do appreciate that, because that was very cool of you, dude.
Yeah, I was happy to make super chats off of you, so it was fine.
People were certainly asking, weren't they? That is funny, and I appreciate you coming on my show, though, for sure.
Yeah. If you're gonna just read through here, I'll probably dip. Then is that?
If you got a dip, that's totally fine. I know. I appreciate you jumping on. Absolutely.
I really appreciate you having me. I shout out to everyone in chat. I see you've got about 1,900 people watching. That's super solid.
Yeah. Thank you, guys.
Yeah. And I'm really glad to be here. I've had the pleasure of meeting you in real life. Very nice guy.
Thank you.
And I'm glad that you're thriving out on your own now. It's great to see.
Thanks,
close to 200,000 subscribers, so
almost there.
Yep. And so congrats, dude.
Thanks, buddy.
All right, see ya.
All right, have a good one. Later.
Bye.
All right, well, that was TheQuartering. He is absolutely great. He does a breakdown on pretty much everything. If you don't know his channel, you should check it out. He also has Midwestly, which is another channel that he does, which is slightly different stuff than TheQuartering. Down in the description below, you can actually click his link tree, which just gives you all of his different links to all the different things that he has on his social media platforms and his stuff. Apologies if you do have any super chat questions for him. I can ask him later on. We, obviously are in contact. So let me get into them. First, we got Robert Wild says, I hope this makes Betty smile. Diane Francisco smile. Not doing so good. My right knee buckle and I almost fell while holding my pug. Be blessed. Well, I hope you're doing better, dude. Mazo says, Jer Bear. Marvin says, prosecution hopes that over the weekend, the jury will feel intimidated and sway their decision. Free. It should be hashtag free Kyle. Yo, it's kind of ridiculous that they need to wait over the weekend. I can't really wrap my head around that. Let's see, Darth Call. Hey, what's up, Call? How you doing, mate? Says, ahoy, mate. What up, Quartering? Last podcast with you two was dope. Hope all is well. Well, I'm a little bummed that he did dip so early, because I'm sure there's a lot of people that have some kind words to say to him. But he did say that he had limited time, because he does a lot more videos than I do, and also is, he's busy. So I do really appreciate him joining me on my show. Mazel says, let Jerbar know that Triangle Smiley is here. He also forgets my name. That's what he calls you, Triangle Smiley? Oh, that's funny. He always forgets your name. Well, I won't ever forget your name, Mazo. Malachi says, the creep gets worse. Notice the dislike button on comments never worked for years. It's just ramping up of the technocratic censorship. Agreed. Robert Wild says, glad to see you back, Jeremy. I've been bugging you both to get you back together. It was about to use the leg of doom. Be blessed. Thank you, Robert. Ian says, Adam, please Venmo your cut of this to Jeremy. Jeremy, with the $1.50, you get you'll get fined a dive, and I hope it can buy you a beer. Okay, well, unfortunately, it would be a lot less than that because of the YouTube cut would actually take $1.50, so then it would be a small amount. Anyway, he makes a lot more money than I do. He doesn't need it. Fantastic Mr. Knox celebrating 6 months. Thank you, buddy. Says, woo, Criggs and Quartering on the same stream again. Let's go. Fantastic Mr. Knox with a $50 Australian dollar says, does Jeremy drink coffee? If not, send him a mug. You know what? I didn't actually even talk about Crigler coffee today. But while we're on the subject, I do want to bring up the fact that we have a new Frode out. If you guys haven't seen it yet, it is absolutely awesome. Here it is right here. It is, let me do it without my image there so you can see the whole image. This thing is awesome. I don't know if anyone has been able to figure out what the hieroglyphics say, but there, we are hosting right now. I want you to post where you want Frode to go next, because this is how we do it. We have a contest that you get to choose where he goes. Wanderer actually chose Egypt, and this is the masterpiece that has been created by our in-house artist, aka my mom, because she's absolutely fantastic with her art. Look at this. This is awesome. He's got his little Crigler coffee French press there. Just exploring the world. And yeah, all you got to do to enter is just go to Crigler Coffee Instagram and write where you want Frode to go next. That's it. That's all you do to enter. And we're going to pick a winner and give away a bag of coffee. And we do this whenever the art is done. So usually it takes between a month and a half. And as soon as it's ready, we post it. As soon as you see it, all you got to do to enter is just follow Crigler Coffee and post where you want him to go next. And you could win a bag of coffee. Yeah, really exciting stuff. So Ian Hall says the prosecutor is the communist knockoff of Littlefinger. Littlefinger at least had style. I know everyone's on my Twitter page like, actually, Littlefinger was smart. Yeah, smart enough to get killed. Freddie Last, thank you for that little keep it up sticker. I appreciate that. Old World Blues, please look up the song What Time Is It Was, a song about Rhodesia fell apart and became communist. Also, happy Veterans Day, y'all. USA, USA, USA. I couldn't not chant when I saw that USA. And also, for those who don't know, I do have a coffee blend called Commodore's Reserve, and that actually proceeds go to 22 Until None. So part of my coffee company, there's one of my bags. We actually donate to 22 Until None every month, which is pretty great. I'm proud to have a company that supports veterans. Absolutely. Where was I? Mark G, cuss around and find out. Yeah. Well, he was a little unfiltered, and he swore once, and then I kind of was like in conversation. I forgot about it. So I'm sorry for the swears. I try not to swear on my show. But it's all good. Malachi says this trial is Exhibit A, rimshot, of why Americans hate lawyers. No sense, all exploitation, all around. Scumbuggery. Is that? Could you not actually spell that out and say it? Huh. Excuse me. Let's see here. Mark G says, till I learned that I'm an expert witness, I did not know anything and can lie. Dude, these expert witnesses. Well, what about this? I don't know. Well, okay, well, what about this? If we zoom in, is this pixel filled in here or with this color? Oh, I'm not sure. That's based on the algorithm. Oh, okay, so you're not an expert witness then, right? That's what I noticed. That really didn't seem that it was an expert on anything. I just want to let everyone know, thank you for smashing that like button as much as you guys have. You have smashed the like button. Please do me a favor. We're almost at 1776 likes. That is my favorite like number to get to. We're at 1,600 currently. All we need is another 170 likes, and we'll get to 1776. Can we do it? Do it for the veterans. Do it for me. Do it for Jeremy. And most importantly, do it for yourselves. I don't know. Allison says, Little Binger even admitted it's political today. Yo, I cannot stand the prosecution. They are horrible, horrible people. Joshua Rhodes says, love both of you guys' shows. Now, for some fun, if water is vodka, I would sink to the bottom and never come up from a American-Russian Twitter troll. Well, thank you for stopping by my stream. Mark G, if you say AR-15 3 times in the dark, Binger appears. That guy is really trying to vilify guns in general. I'm telling you. Wow, we are almost there, guys. 1745. Awesome. We need 31 likes, and we got this. We are so close. Thank you. Smash that like button, everybody. Smash that like button. Rachel with a $15 super chat says, I had a really rough day today. So seeing two of my favorite genuine personalities chilling has brightened up a bit. Thank you so much, Rachel. I'm glad to have been able to help brighten your day. That means a lot. That feels good, you know, and I hope that you're doing well. I do want to let everyone know Drew Hernandez is going to be on Tucker Carlson tonight. I had the pleasure of meeting Drew. He is awesome, very cool dude. And I met him back when he had frosted tips, actually, but he did it to make people not recognize him when he unfrosted his tips. It's kind of funny. We've chatted a couple times about him being on the show, and I would love to have him on. I mean, obviously, he's real hot right now, so I'll wait till it simmers down a little bit. I am looking forward to having Nick Rekieta on the show again. Because he was on last week, giving an update on his stuff. And wow, 1,800 likes. We did it. Thank you guys so much. That is amazing. Woo! AR-15, AR-15, AR-15. Did it work? Did he appear behind me? No, we're good. Oh, my light died. My light that sits behind me died. That's a shame. That's all right. Thank you guys so much for those likes. You guys are absolutely amazing. Amazing. And, you know, sending some good vibes over to Rachel because she needs it. Joshua says, Duck, my phone deleted a word. I have no idea why. It probably wasn't duck with a D. It was probably, you know, that autocorrect. Well, you know what pisses me off about that? You know how you teach your autocorrect words? You can't teach it the F word. Right? When you're texting things, you can't teach it the F word, so it doesn't auto-correct the F word, which was spelled correctly, to duck. It always does it. Ducking. I'm not ducking under thing. It's never duck. Ever. Who? And when you do type duck, it does it correctly. You know, it doesn't switch it to anything else. Duck Joe Biden, someone's saying. That's funny. Audra says, mistrial is bad. Mistrial with prejudice is good. Well, people don't understand what a mistrial would do. It would still have the same judge. According from what I've heard, it would still be the same judge. Mistrial with prejudice means they couldn't try him for the same thing again, which is what I think they should do, because he very, very clearly was defending himself. Anyway, Mr. Squiggle says, I believe AOC renamed a post office or something. Oh, cool. All right. I feel like I need more information there. Mark G says, who said it better, Biden or Rosenbaum? Both got a pass for some reason. Both got a pass. Joseph Richardson with a $20 super chat. Thank you so much for that. It's funny, I first learned about my supposed half-white privilege after overcoming being homeless. I wish I would have known in advance. My goodness. Well, props on you for overcoming being homeless. I don't know anything else about your life other than that. But good for you. It seems like you were in a shitty place and rose out of it. So awesome. That's great to hear. Christina, thank you for that little dancing lemon person. That's cute. I appreciate it. Mr. Knox, imagine that this is the hill the left are willing to defend and die on, praising a kitty fiddler and an assaulter over Rittenhouse. Yeah, I don't understand what their problem with him is. It's because they're being it's because they're being told to hate on him. That's what it is. That's oh, we're defending the pedophile. Well, I mean, there are people out there that are trying to normalize it, and I'm not going to do a segment on this, but just to show you guys a little bit of what a reality is. It is, holy crap, she tweets a freaking lot. Oh, good, she retweeted it. Okay. Shoe on head. Whether you like her or not, I think she has her moments. She managed to sneak into a map DM group, and it's only slightly more disturbing as anything else they've posted publicly, which is all disturbing. And it's them talking about what their ages that they prefer. 9 to 14, 7 to 12. 12 is nice. Someone said, where is it? Someone said 3 to 10. Ugh. No, gross. At least she's against this stuff, but this is the kind of thing that they're trying to normalize, and they're these people they exist. They're coming out and furthering them. They really want to be normalized. And then here's another example: Libs of TikTok. Shout out to Libs of TikTok because they're absolutely amazing. They follow me too, which is really cool. I really appreciate that. That means they're watching me here. But there is, oh my gosh, where is it? They posted a bunch today. What? Did they delete it? Is it gone? Here it is. Look at this. For kids only.
Video and then hand the phone over to.
Give the phone to your children.
I get asked a lot, are you a boy or a girl? And I love that question. And so I wanted to just tell you.
You guys can hear this, right?
Sometimes human beings are more than boy or girl.
No, they're not.
Or something else. Sometimes we're both.
No. There's boys and girls. You can be a feminine boy, which it seems like this person is. You seem like a very feminine man. All right. He's a grown man that's very feminine, and you put your makeup on like a female, but that doesn't change the fact. I don't care anymore. All right. I am so sick of this gender conversation. There are two genders, male and female. Period. That's it. That is it. There's two. If you identify as something different, you can be a feminine man. You could be a masculine woman. That doesn't make you a man. That's you trying to not adhere to stereotypes, which, hey, I don't like stereotypes myself. I think stereotypes technically are wrong most of the times. Sometimes they're accurate. But oh my, you're trying to tell kids. You're trying to tell kids this stuff.
Both. Sometimes we kind of float in between, and sometimes we're a boy, sometimes we're a girl.
What?
Because human beings.
Sometimes you're a boy or a girl, so you're admitting there's two genders. Huh.
Creatures. And
we are creatures.
Wild and exciting. I want to talk.
Yo, I just, you want to see what I wrote on this? Leave the kids alone, groomer. And I feel that way. I feel like they're grooming and trying to groom these kids. Leave the kids alone. You leave those kids alone, man. Pissing me off. I don't have kids, but I want to have kids. And I can't stand this. I don't even know where was I at? Oh yeah, because they're trying to make Rosenbaum some sort of saint now, even though he is a diddler himself. Okay? Disgusting. John Hoyle with a $20 super chat says, greatest respect to Quartering for all the times he's defended the underdog. Kudos to both of you. Taking the right side is seeing through the eyes of God. Well, thank you for that, John Hoyle. I appreciate you. Michael with a $20 super chat says, great to see two of my favorite YouTubers working together. Get yourselves a Dortmunder on me. What is that? I have to look that up. I don't even know. I don't know what that means. So I'm going to check it out. Oh, gosh, I got to get this view of this person off of my thing. Oh, it's a beer. Oh, cool. All right. Right on. It is a Dortmunder is from Dortmund, Germany. It was founded in 1873. Wow. Old school beer. I like it. I like it a lot. Eric Bailey says the salt must flow with a $20 super chat says objective truth must be reestablished. Freedom over mandates, science over moral grandstanding. Armchair socialists will cry rivers of tear if communism fully takes over the U.S. FNT tomorrow. Yo, I love Friday Night Tights. Those guys are absolutely great. If you don't know the Friday Night Tights, you are missing out. Best show on Fridays. Better than mine. There's no contest. Those guys are hilarious, funny. It's unfortunate that I have my show at the same time on Fridays. I am thinking about moving my Friday Night Jams to another platform. I haven't decided where yet, but I think I might take it off of YouTube to try to bolster my other platform, and just I don't know. Maybe I'm thinking about separating my music from the YouTube channel, my YouTube show here. I love my music. I don't really play much music, but probably when I get my acoustics back, I'll play a lot more. But thank you for that super chat. And I agree, the salt rivers will flow because they don't really understand what communism means. It means that they won't be able to have the freedom to talk out or identify as a creature, a wild flowing creature, as that person said. Mr. Knox says, I'm sure content creators like Nico Cato Avocado, who is that? Will like that YouTube dislike numbers will be hidden. I don't even know who that is. Is that the OK Boomer girl? I don't know. Wow, 2,000 likes. Thank you guys so much. That's amazing. You have smashed that like button. What a fantastic like to smash ratio. You guys are amazing. I just had a super chat jump. Let me find out. There we go. Mark G says, leave that dislike on 2019 rewind, Adam. What, is it even worse than the 2018 one? I have the 2019 one. Let me see. Let me find the 2019 one. Here, let me show you what I'm doing here. We got this one, which has 19 million dislikes and 3 million likes. Let's do the 2019 one to see what happens there. 9.5 million dislikes. So not as many dislikes, but still an insane amount of dislikes, right? It exists. That's a crazy amount of dislikes. All right. Amergad, I don't know how to say her name, but the Soitering is a fan of minors, if you catch my drift. No, but thanks for your money. Corey says, what's up, everybody? Can we roll the dice for Halls and the kid who's in the hospital with blood clots right now? That sucks. I didn't know that. She's done some cool artwork of me in the past. I appreciate that. And yeah, that really sucks. I'll roll the die for her. You guys know the deal. The dice has been rolled. Good luck, everyone. This is for absolutely nothing. But Halls and the kid, she is she's frequented my show. I think she actually works in the Cult Castle now, which is kind of cool. Good for her. I'm happy for her, because she's getting paid to do the Cast Castle. Yeah. We got a winner. It's 12. It is. Wait, who did it first? Did anyone do it before? Ghost of GG. Ghost of GG, congratulations. You just won absolutely nothing. Do yourself a favor, save it up for something nice. Really put it aside, forget about it, forget that you have it, wait till it, starts providing dividends of nothing, maybe to get a good return of nothing eventually. You never know, right? It could spike. You always buy the dip when nothing dips because, you're always, it's always great to buy the dip. Arm says, I'm a small channel and I only have likes on my vids because they only come from popularity, and popularity breeds controversy. Dislikes or likes. But keep at it though. Small channels, every single channel starts small. Granted, I myself got a huge boost from being on a show I was on once, and it's been it's gotten much bigger. And I'm very grateful for that. Why was that message deleted? Oh, because of spam. I see. All right, no spam in the chat, guys. You get a timeout if you get spammed. Although I see that you were actually rooting me on, but spam is frowned upon. So please don't spam. Thank you, mods. Mods is the best. And I appreciate my mods for show. Right outside the narrative. Good to see you, mate. Hope you're still doing videos. I know that you had to put them on hold. Second Amendment is on trial. Kyle is a representative. Yes, I agree 100%. In fact, I tweeted out this picture, which I could find. There it is. I'll show you guys real quick. In reality, they're not after me. They are after you. I'm just in the way. It's true. AR-15, AR-15, AR-15. I may or may not have an AR-15 myself. Mark G says, except for Millie, he can GTFO. Pardon me, I just need a sip of water there. Byron Banks, what's good, buddy? When people thank me for my service, I thank them for paying taxes. Respectable. But you also pay taxes, right? And not everyone serves. And there's a big difference there. Of course, not everyone pays their taxes either, but yeah. The Walt man says, shout out to Nick and the invoice of lawyers for the commentary and streams. Plus, I can't believe they pushed that pixel theory last minute. It's absolutely ridiculous. And I definitely want to give a shout out over to Nick Rikita. I'm so happy for him, dude. He's gained 50, 60,000 subs in the past week. I'm so happy for him because he's hilarious. He's awesome. And he really is a smart dude. If you guys don't know him, you should definitely check him out. He's where I've been watching the trial. He does a great job of breaking down stuff, and he's got a panel of lawyers that join him. Viva Frey has joined him randomly. A couple other people that it's just really great. I'm just really happy for Nick. He's hilarious. He's been in my show many times. I've crashed his show many times. He had like 75,000 viewers today. It was awesome to see. So I'm really, really proud and happy for him. Where were we here? John Hoyle says, have you considered a Crig brew microbrew? No, but there's actually someone who's made a Crigler coffee mead. I am thinking about getting into brewing coffee I'm sorry, not brewing coffee. I do that daily. I am getting into brewing beer because part of making whiskey is learning how to roast and brew beer. And I really want to learn how to make whiskey. I think that I would love to bring. I don't know if people know about the Crigler and Crigler whiskey company back in the day. Darth Jason just said Crigler whiskey. Yeah. So eventually, I'm maybe one day. I'm pretty hyped about it. Paul, thank you for those little hippo faces. That's cute. I appreciate that. Allison says, with that low resolution, gun is probably noise. Yeah, who knows, right? I mean, it's so stupid, that argument. Fantastic Mr. Knox says Australia has Remembrance Day, which happened yesterday. America has Veterans Day, lest we forget. Right. And, I normally would have talked a lot more about it. Of course, I had Jeremy on from TheQuartering. So I just kind of wanted to have this open flow conversation, just kind of how I do it with Quarter Black Garrett on Wednesdays, which is, I don't know, I kind of like it a little more than my normal segments. I enjoy, I never know where the conversation will lead. Just like today, he kind of brought up some stuff that I didn't really think about, how there was channels on YouTube that were built on making fun of smaller channels. And, I didn't think about that because I wasn't around in the YouTube world, nor did I really care about YouTube up until 2020 when I started, doing YouTube on my own. Granted, I did learn a lot from Tim when I was working with him. So I do appreciate the time that I had. No, there's no denying that. And I will always say that. I always appreciate what I learned. Just not other things. Bobcat says, duck Joe Biden. That was with a D. But let's go, Brandon. Happy Veterans Day to everyone from the world's largest family business. Right on. Yeah. Happy Veterans Day, everyone. Vladimir says, as I'm Russian, he actually gave me 100 rubies. Is that Russian rubies? Is that what they are? As I'm Russian, I am privileged. As I'm Russian, I am privileged as Chinese? Question. What's the grade for foreigners? What were we talking about? The Asian food thing with the judge? I don't know. I'm not sure how to answer your question. I apologize, Vladimir. Are you as privileged as Chinese? I think that everyone is privileged, and people who live at rubles, is that what they are? Rubles, Russian rubles. Cool. I don't think I've ever gotten rubles before, so that's kind of fun. Thank you for those rubles. But as I said, yeah, I mean, I think everyone's privileged, and some people who live in certain countries are more privileged than others. And what's the grade for foreigners? That I'm not sure what you are talking about there. Black Magic says, I'll be Robert, Duck King, Robert Wiles, no leg, no joke. Robert, oh, okay. So I can't actually say that the way I feel like you would want me to say it. Mark G says, my favorite stereotypes are Sony and RCA. Okay. Just kind of like the music industry kind of vibe. Yeah. That I can agree upon. Ms. Kim says, yes, leave the kids alone. They cannot procreate, so they recruit. Yo, leave the kids alone. You mess with the kids, you draw the ire of families everywhere, and we're seeing that in how the parents are standing up against the school boards and getting voted into the school boards and taking over the school boards, which is exactly how we take back our country and I just read stereotypes. We take back the situation. I think that's really the way we do it, is we get into the different seats that they all have and making these rules and stuff. So let's see. Dat Simple Nope says, I think she was joking about the bridge thing. I don't know, man. I'm not sure. It seemed like she was being serious. But maybe she was. I don't know. You never know with her, honestly. Because she's a professional troll and does a good job at doing exactly that. So she is a fun follow, though. She posts some hilarious things. I don't always agree with her viewpoints, but that's okay. It's Me says, I figured it out. Brandon died before running. They had to keep him in the basement while the demon inhabiting his body got used to the light. No, he's just a puppet. It's funny, but he's just a puppet. Darth Vader coming in hot with a $45 super chat. I think you all know. That's right. He says, not for nothing, here is some Crigler coffee for GG. That is so cool. Let's see it. I just rolled a dice. You guys know the deal. This is not for nothing. This is, as he said, not for nothing. This is for an actual bag of coffee. Good luck, everyone. Have fun. We shall see. Wow. All right. This is a rare occurrence where I have announced if two people guess the same number, that's the winner, and they're next to each other in chat, they both win. All right. And we've got a rare double win right here. Mango Dawn and The Last Crow both have guessed 11, and it is in fact 11. So we have two winners. All right. It's very rare that this happens, but I'm hyped to announce that it did in fact happen just now. Mango Dawn and The Last Crow, you both just won. Oh, Ghost of GG. Hey, guess what? Ghost of GG. I see you, and I'm giving you a bag of coffee also. I don't hate you. I got you, dog. That's on me. I'm doing this. I'm taking a hit, by the way. You guys know this, right? I'm taking a hit. I don't care. Dan Smith says he guessed 11 first. No, you didn't. No, you didn't, Dan Smith. Nope. The numbers start, and you didn't guess. I'm taking a hit on this, guys. Look, Mango, Last Crow, and GG. Ghost to GG. I got you, homie. It's all gravy. All right. You guys know the deal. Dan Smith, you won last time with 11, didn't you? Ghost of GG, I got you, homie. All right, someone tell one of the mods, give Ghost of GG the instructions too. You guys know the deal. Anyway, I have fun. Thomas Finton says, all these moves that YouTube makes only furthers the MySpace effect, albeit incrementally. What do you think a real event like such will happen for YouTube? I don't know. That's a good point. I mean, is it going to be the point where what's going to be the Facebook of MySpace, though, right? Because MySpace was like the big social media network, and then Facebook kind of came around and took over. Wow, fantastic! Mr. Knox just said, "I'll take the hit." Thank you so much, mate. That is so dope. He is, of course, paying for the two winners just now. That's awesome. So Mango and Last Crow, you guys just got treated by Mr. Knox. Thank you, Mr. Knox. I really do appreciate that. So it is no longer a hit. I was willing to do it because, you know, you guys out there, you are the reason that I am still doing my show. You're the reason I'm successful on this platform. You're the reason my coffee company is taking off. Thank you so much. All of you, really do appreciate each and every one of you. You guys are absolutely amazing. Nacho Business just did a $50 super chat. Just says, no, I am Spartacus. No, I'm Spartacus. No, I'm Spartacus. All right, well, so thank you very much, Nacho. That's hilarious. You didn't have to do that. I appreciate you, mate. One of my own mods in chat just dropped the bomb. That is hilarious. And it's Nacho Business, but that's hilarious. Mark says, get a 0.5 Beowulf AR. They're crazy awesome. Yeah, I don't know. I may or may not have something similar. America's Shirts Are First.com says, use ST Kyle to save 15 percentiles. The most base t-shirts on the planet. The new t-shirt, new style, new ST Kyle t-shirt for you guys to support your, to show your support for Kyle. Are they American made? Are they American made? I gotta know. You best be making these American. If they're not American made, then that's not cool, and you're a fraud. But if they are American made, then I'll be pretty excited. So next time you super chat, America's Shirts Are First.com. If they're not, I'm gonna be disappointed, and I'm gonna call you out on it. All right. So let me know, chat. You can figure that out. If the cotton is American grown, that doesn't answer my question. That's suspect. That means the cotton's grown here, and what? It goes elsewhere. Sorry. So do they ship the cotton somewhere else and then bring it back? That is very not efficient. All right. I got to know. Random Eskimo says privilege should be neither condemned nor flaunted. Lack of it should be not shamed or extolled. We're all different, but do the best you can. Yes, do the best you can. Do the best you can. That's all you can do, right? I mean, that's what I was saying. Like, victims really exist. Being a victim sucks, and it happens. But staying a victim is a choice. And all these people they just love being a victim. They love being marginalized, and they get to blame all their woes on other people, and that sucks. You know, in the end, you're the person in control of what happens to you. Right? I hope people can recognize that. All right, guys. Thank you so much for my show. Thank you, Quartering. I know you had to dip out, but I really do appreciate you coming in and joining me for my show. It was really great. Thanks all for hanging out with me. If you haven't subscribed, please do subscribe. Smash that like button on the way out. We did an amazing job. We got 2,175 likes on as of right now. That is just incredible. So thank you guys so much. That's amazing. And I will see you all next time. Good night, everybody. Peace.